Hola, hola, muy buenas a todos. Aquí a Jose con otro capitulazo de The Outer Worlds. Joder, que es un nombre difícil. Tengo que mirar hasta la carátula para decir el nombre. Yo acostumbrado a decir The Horizon Zero Dawn. Imagínate. Y, y me lío. Así que si no tengo una pausa para decir el nombre, ya saben por qué. Y bueno, yo continúo jugando porque, coño, es que tengo ganas de seguir jugando, tío. Y, y bueno, lo subiré otro día, este vídeo. Pero bueno, veréis que he puesto pausa y bueno, continúo aquí. Así que vamos a continuar como había dicho para mí antes, para ustedes en el capítulo anterior. eh, Intentar hacer... estoy viendo la hora, las 32, vale. Perfecto. Y vamos a realizar los pagos, bueno, los cobros, mejor dicho. Esto lo puedo robar. Usar terminal. Registro. Hostia, muy largo. Eh, vale, hay un colega que está aquí encima. Ey, ¿qué tal, coño? Este, habla.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Y a mí que me importa que te ocupa. Te voy a hacer
Foreman
capataz.
Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
Tasas funerarias, vengo a cobrar las tomas, policía.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
Estos papeles no llevan tu firma.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Qué amable por tu parte, supongo.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative,
Hostia, qué
which meant
putada.
me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
¿Me dices que se pegó un tiro?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Qué comentario más desafortunado. Debe ser duro perder a un familiar.
Not half as awful as the bill Eugene left us with. Suicide's a
Qué
crime.
bueno.
The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Detener al cadáver, qué coño.
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's choice.
Cágate.
Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Muy bien, muy bonito. Te dejo en el trabajo. Hasta luego. Bueno, ya tengo dos. Vámonos hacia afuera. Tenemos uno aquí y otro ahí. ¿Que este era el peluquero? Sí, este era el peluquero. ¿Ya has pensado, capullo? A ver.
What can I do for you?
Hablas como un médico hecho y derecho. Yo también controlo un poco del tema.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Así que agrupar los cadáveres para las entierros es un trabajo como muy específico. Me imagino que fuiste a la facultad de medicina. Depende de lo que entiendas por medicina.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon. And if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
58%. Cagate. Tengo algunas
Go
preguntas para ti.
ahead. Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started. The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
¿Cuáles son los síntomas?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
¿Por qué no se trata a todos los trabajadores?
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
Qué cabrones. Una política sensata. Debe ser esa idea.
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours.
Bueno. Pero no has
What
pensado...
can I do for you?
Cabrón. Cabrón. La puta. A ver. Venga, vámonos para afuera. Y a ver si conseguimos que este haga un pagaré. Dame un segundo. Dejo, ya está. A ver si conseguimos que haga un maldito pagaré. Y nos queda otro que buscar en la plataforma de aterrizaje, creo que dijo. Hay uno allá, vale. Déjame hablar con este. Pasa a 2 muertos.
Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit? You run into any trouble?
El hombre con un problema. Curva dice que no puede pagar.
Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners. Skimp out on the disinfectant. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room.
¿Me hablas de extorsión?
That's the word, extortion. Been on the tip of my tongue all day.
Echar un vistazo. Vale. Y voy a ir a de la plataforma de aterrizaje. Pero ir por fuera. Soy un temerario. Yupi, yupi, pero coño esto. Pues que es como... Ah, lo puedo entrar. Vale, vale. Yo voy a decir, aquí como casa está el... Pero... no puedo entrar. Bueno, ahora sí. Vale, la plataforma de aterrizaje. Esta parte del juego me suena. Que hay un robot, creo. O algo así. Ah, no. Un robot, una máquina expendedora. Has descubierto máquina expendedora. Ah, pues espérate, que aquí hay más. Has descubierto máquina expendedora. Perfecto. Flipado. Usar banco de trabajo. Bueno, vamos a verla con esto. Coño, estate quieto.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
¿Por qué no dices algo? Te encuentras bien, pero estás confundido. Envía Sega, debes pagar las tasas funerarias.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
¿De qué narices habla?
The war. The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Ah, sí.
That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant.
Muy bien.
Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Si tu resistencia necesita más soldados, te ofrezco mi servicio. Tengo una pregunta para ti. Venga.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. Few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Los ejércitos de verdad pagan tarifas de reclutamiento. Venga.
Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name.
Hemos tenido cartucho de Blitz 75, venga. ¿Qué quieres que haga? Por la cara.
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Vale, tengo una pregunta para
Go
ti.
on.
¿A qué te dedicas exactamente?
I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially? Unofficially? Strictly between you and me. I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
Vale, tengo una pregunta
Go on.
para ti. ¿Qué tienes en contra de los mecanoides?
You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars.
La verdad es que no.
Pray to the law that you never do. A mechanical never forgets the face of its enemy. First, they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
Bueno, te dejo tranquilo. Tengo cosas que hacer. Coño. Bueno, por lo menos lo que iba pensando, ya nos queda uno, que es el capullo de la peluquería. Y nos queda menos para acción. Turun, tun, tun, tun. Tiri, tiri, tun. Puedes marcar los objetos de tu inventario como basura para luego venderlos con un solo... Bloquear, impulsarte y usar la dilatación. Coño. Interesante.
Talking to the good vicar always lifts up my spirits.
No, me alegro por ti. Mira que hay uno. Sentado. Ah, vicario. Ah, vicario. Este es el que había hablado.
Yes, what is it?
De la peluquería, creo.
You're an
No.
outsider. Fantastic.
El que nos contrató el
Vicar
servicio.
Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
Busco un regulador de corriente.
Mechanical tomfoolery is well out of my purview. I suggest you take such matters to Mr. Thompson in the cannery. Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around outside the safety of the town, you'd best be cautious.
Vale. ¿Y eso por qué?
Marauders are about. Though if you are planning on venturing outside, I do have a proposition that may interest you. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Una buena suma. Una buena suma, ¿eh? Sé todo oído.
So you'll consider it? I do appreciate you hearing me out, and, your discretion. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
¿Para qué quiere un vicario, un libro prohibido y herético?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Qué farsa. En saber que ando buscando ese libro de contrabando.
On the contrary, my position means that I am one of the few legally allowed to possess such items. But do not worry. You'll be safe since you are acting on my behalf. I can assure you, you won't find another willing to risk imprisonment to possess this book, nor anyone willing to pay the price I can offer.
Bueno, no sé yo, ¿eh? Pero el momento es muy convincente.
Glad we see eye to eye.
Ir a buscar el libro.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Venga. Bueno, hemos conseguido una misión. Residente.
Hey there,
Residente.
Mary.
Cállate.
Something got you down?
Nothing. If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Carta de Philly. La recepción esta se da un tiro. Está viendo muy mal. La empresa va a considerarlo lo que es. Destrucción de la propiedad de cambio facial. Debo generar un activo y alguien tendrá que pagar el precio de su cuerpo. Va a ser nuestra obligación. Me ha ocurrido que podemos empeñar sus dientes. Euge tenía toda la dentadura de oro. Era un reliquia familiar o algo así. Vas a procesar su cuerpo, ¿verdad? Solo tienes que quitárselos del cadáver. Los vendemos sin que nadie se entere. Pagamos el precio correspondiente y aquí paz y después gloria. ¿Qué me dices? No me respondas, tampoco me hables. Basta con que me hagas una señal la próxima vez que me veas. Mueve la ceja y listo. Coño. Yo creo que ya te tengo, cabrón.
What can I do for you?
¿Qué puedo hacer por ti? Persuasión 1. Celo de Eugene. ¿Por qué no usas sus dientes como aval para tus tasas funerarias?
You know about Eugene? How?
Vale, te dejaste la nota ahí.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
Seguro que no los vas a echar de menos. Seguro que se pueden vender por unos cuantos flips.
More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
No te más remedio, confiésate después del boticario. El vicario, me da igual. Solo vengo a cobrar tus deudas. No sacamos remedio.
Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Vale. Pensaba que Eugenio se había suicidado. ¿Qué pasó?
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
Qué horror.
It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a suicide, we'd all pay the price for his crime. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Adiós. Venga, hasta luego. Bueno, completada la primera misión. Venga, salimos. Bueno, está bien para calentar y enterarnos un poquito. Internet Anatomy. Interesante. Un bicho pequeño. Sí. Raptidón biológico. No sé qué. Está bien. Y si lo entierro yo, desentierro yo, mejor dicho. Y le quito el oro de los dientes. A ver. Hola.
Grave digging's a fine profession. Always work to be had, and nary a word of complaint out of your clients.
Vale, sobre las
You
tazas.
run into any trouble?
Ya he acabado. Tabeleo taza y firma.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
360 de experiencia. Me he esforzado mucho por ti. Reputación de la gaga aumentada.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
Qué hijo de puta. Esperaba algo más tangible.
Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
A ver, haberte intentado ocultar su propia enfermedad. Has obtenido 150
Abernathy
cartuchos.
was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. I needed his fees because of his name. A, for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Déjame hacerte otra pregunta.
Yeah?
¿Algunas veces sobre la esperanza?
The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. There a reason you asking?
No lo entiendo. ¿Insinuaste que todo el mundo se ha llegado a nosotros? La esperanza no es un rumor, es real. Yo soy la prueba viviente de ello. Vamos a cambiar de tema.
Hope's just a rumor, friend. Ancient rumor at that. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you.
Hijo de puta.
No, this is sounding like sedition. I'm not too keen on getting clapped in irons because you wouldn't stop running your mouth. Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about Hope this and Colony that, but you need to stop, or there's gonna be trouble. Trouble's in the asking. Board don't much care for folk running their mouths, spreading hoaxes and the like. Frankly, neither do I.
rapidito. Oh, subí a nivel 3. Vale, tengo 10 puntitos. Vamos a subir un poquito la distancia. Subir un poquito de diálogo. Y ya está. Vale, aplicar. Aceptar. Impacto localizado de del tiempo. Vale, dilatación del tiempo. Continuamos. Habilidad de combate dialéctico. Ha desbloqueado un talento de diálogo combate. Al atacar, activado sobre el miedo. Activado el tipo se debilitará automáticamente. Vale. Pues venga. Gente, espérate. Diario. A la misión principal. Venga, vamos a la misión principal un poquito. Aunque quería ir a ver cómo vamos de tiempo. Vale, nos queda media horita de vídeo todavía. Yo creo que sí nos va a dar tiempo, ¿no? En encontrar el regulador. Mantisaur. Examine. Toma ya. Fuertes nombres. Internal Anatomy. Si que nos ponen ahí, es porque tengo que enfrentarme a ellos. Cantina. Coño. Si está en español, no jodas. Espérate, Abrir.
You read the latest
Residente.
report?
Residente.
Only the part that said we
Mira,
didn't make
aquí hay
enough
alguien.
float.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome.
Bienvenido.
On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to, where am I again?
Frontemar.
Edgewater, jewel of the Vale. May the law bless our beloved cannery with 100 years of, what's it called? Productivity. That's the one. Yep, that's us. Productive.
Creo que esta cosa ¿no deberías estar trabajando?
I am in no condition to do any work. Not so long as my injuries trouble me.
¿Estás lesionado?
Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on Zero G Brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional.
Eso no me suena como si necesitas un cirujano.
Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
Pero para los pelos. Bueno, te doy lo tuyo. Venga, colega. Mira. Hola.
I don't know you.
Tócate media hora pensando. ¿Capitana? ¿Qué cosa? Venga, la mentira.
Uh-huh. The Unreliable, you say? Never heard of any company supply ship with that particular name. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
Entonces no vas a poner nada, vale. ¿Has pensado algo que debería saber? Ha pasado. Yo creo que es muy agradable además. Venga, encanto.
You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles. Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand.
Entendido, venga. Ponme una de ese grifo.
Coming right up.
Talento mercantil. Que es igual al valor del talento más alto del diálogo. Sirve para negociar los precios a la hora de comerciar con los vendedores, vale. Coño, qué caro, tío. Comprar, vender. Vamos allá, lo que no.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated. You tried the best, now try the rest.
Venga, sí. Me apetece tomar algo. ¿Trabaja correcto o no pongo trato?
Do you now? And what makes you think Mr. Thompson wants to talk to you? He's a busy man. You want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery, and you'll get yourself a proper dressing down.
Me gustaría hacerte una revista como si
It
fuera
is a
una.
good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve to live here. Simple as that.
Me gustaría
ahead.
hacerte una pregunta. ¿Me hablas de tu
I
pasado?
don't see how that's
Es un
any of
asunto
your
tuyo.
business.
Vale, muy amable. No hace falta que
And
seas
there's
tan
no
malo
need
acá.
for you to pry either. Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
En este caso, ponme una. Ojalá fuera una broma, la verdad es que no sé ni dónde estoy.
Look, I don't know what you're blathering about. If you took a blow to your skull, you really should settle down with some zero-G. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
Lo dices como si te fuera bien a salir
Let me
de
make
serio.
something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that.
Pues pienso que vivir pensando en el que dirán es un error. Sí.
There you go with that thinking again. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's dangerous? I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
Bueno, venga, hasta luego. Ya está bien por hoy. Me harto tanta caña. Vale, tenemos que venir para acá. A la colina, más para arriba. Vale, se abrirá por aquí. Estamos llegando.
The grease monkey, Argo? Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Debe ser el jefe de este pueblo. Esperaré a que hayas terminado.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you? I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
Me parece que te has formado una idea equivocada sobre mi uniforme. ¿De qué me hablas?
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Necesito reparar mi nave. Busco un regulador de corriente.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Soy todo oído. ¿Cerrarme? Antes de que me salga por ti.
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Tuve que hacer que su prestado. Que se come bien. Quedarse sin electricidad, ¿te refieres a son gente?
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Si quieres, yo pensé por una sesión corre por cabeza.
Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Claro, me vendría bien la compañía.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Bueno, hasta luego. Acompañante. Has conseguido un acompañante, tal cual. Los acompañantes proporcionan apoyo en combate, sus talentos potencian a los tuyos, aumenta la capacidad de carga, ¿vale? Puedes bloquear habilidades especiales de combate, encontrarás más información, ¿vale? Continuamos y bajamos. No está mal la corbata. Te cambiaré el nombre.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Esto es por lo de los desertores. ¿Cuál es la otra versión? Pues lo que dijo suena muy sincero. Si no le importan las noticias, diría no hasta los dientes.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
No se puede culpar a nadie por querer marcharse. Este pueblo tiene problemas. ¿Cuánto conoces? ¿Cuánto conoces a los desertores? ¿Trabajaste con ellos? ¿Eres amigos o qué? ¿Conocías la tabla de Red? Seguro que los desertores son buena gente. ¿Y qué? No.
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, get my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
No puedo culpar a nadie porque no.
Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Supongo que no pasa nada por probar. Iremos a verlo.
Books are for rich folk. I wonder what he wants with something like that.
Supongo que no pasará nada por probar.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Venga, a ver. Diario. Venga. Vamos a por el alijo de medicina. Tururururururu. Tururururururu. A ver si no está muy lejos. Dentro del bloqueo el bloqueo perfecto. Qué bueno. Subir tu talento de bloqueo desbloquea el bloqueo perfecto. Está bueno, está bueno. Mira, está cerrado. ¿Qué necesita? Coño. Ah, vale. Tienes que eliminar el elemento pirateo y el asesino no son considerados. Coño, pero estamos afuera. Joder, qué susto, cabrones. Guay, chaval. Oh. Sí, hay cosas, sí hay cosas. Wow. Mira. Y aquí hay más cosas. Los sonidos es una pasada. ¿Lo tengo? Pero esto sí.
I'm going.
A ver, ¿qué hay aquí arriba? Amigo. Amigo. y derivador. Vale. Pues voy para otro, Quita coño. Pirateo. Archivos personales, vamos a investigar un poco. Volver al principio. Mensaje. Entonces, creo que inventar como va el nuevo proyecto de Suratumba a las calorías. Más calorías. Me han ocurrido algunos eslóganes. Vale, vale. Coño. Desbloquear puerta. Desbloqueado. Ay, iba a decir, digo, pues una mierda, ¿no? Habrá un poquito caca, sí. Ah, mira, ¿no? Ok, cosa. Pues ya... tampoco me quería tanto. No te pasa. Venga ya.
Ready for this. Down they go! We did it!
A la mierda. Recarga. Bueno. Mira, aquí hay algo. Mira, aquí hay más cosas. Perfecto. Pues está súper guapo, tío. Está súper guapo, tío. Sinceramente.
Huh? Gonna find you! Kill them!
Toma.
Nice one!
Tía. Vamos, vamos, cúrate. Muerto. Guau, chaval. La traidora ligera, Me gusta, me gusta. Espérate. ¿Qué esto lo enchufo aquí? Pues casi la casco. Vale. Pues sigo queriendo traer el Redemption. Ah, como se diga. Uy, esto sí me interesa. Y esto. Y esto. Y esto también. Y esto. Y esto. Oh, y esto, hombre.
Nice.
¿Un hacha? Qué guapo, tío, un puto hacha. Ah, qué poquito. A mí... Nada. Frigorífico nada. Esto sí. Una brújula, ¿en serio? Esto para mí. Abrimos. Cerrado. Vale. Está bien. Vale, necesitamos 5 de esa vaina. Ha descubierto centro cívico, no sé qué, no sé cuánto.
Incoming!
Coño, he muerto. No da mierda de arma esta escopeta, tío. ¿Qué quieres que te diga? Fin de la partida. Continuar. Otro guardado. Menuda mierda de arma. ¿Y eso cuál no sé? La escopeta recortada esa. Qué asco. Es que si me le está dando la cabeza no queda nada de vida. No sirve ni... Vamos, ni para intentarla sirve. Oh, gilipollas, tío. Listo. Esta sí. Esta sí mola. Pero claro, se lleva la munición como... Como guachirri. Se lleva la munición. A ver, por allí no hay nada. Tenemos que entrar por ahí. Residente muerto. Tiene aquí, residente muerto. No hay nada, una cajita de munición, nada. Bueno. Entramos. Canit Examiner. Internal Anatomy. Vale. El dibujo de la izquierda parece un perro. El dibujo de la derecha parece una rana. Ajá.
Here we go! Down they go! That armor!
Ya está, cariño. Loco, venga ya. Qué falso, tío. Ajuste, ¿por qué me sale coño ajuste? ¿Qué coño me pasa? Voy a tener que empezar a guardar ahí cuando entre sitios así. Porque si no me coge el autoguardado, me cago en todo. Wentworth. Haz un cigarro, imagínate. Qué gracia. Oye, que estoy normal y ya muerto 2 veces. Me quitan la vida súper rápido. Así que tan fácil no es. ¿Qué coño es cierto? Venga. Vamos a ver si lo hacemos ya. Y en el próximo episodio entregaremos la medicina. Y a ver si podemos hacer la otra, la de los robots, esos asesinos. No estaría mal. No, pues sí, si lo mató en silencio, ¿eh? Qué guay.
Here we go! Woo! Nice work!
Pero cállate, desgracia. Uf, casi me ven, qué cabrones.
Here they come!
Ya, lo has visto, ¿eh?
We made it!
Vale. Bien. Y bien. Máquina expendedora, vale. Oh, mierda. Vale. Tenemos esto, tenemos esto. Buah, se dio un montón de muertos aquí. Qué cabrones, tío. Esto para mí. 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 La recortada, esto es una mierda pinchar un palo. Usar terminar. Mensajes. Mensajes. El codificador a través de acceso revestido no vuelve a funcionar. Con suerte no volverá a romperse y empezar a... Vale. El objeto de la carta informática está toda la petición de... Vale. Y bueno, vamos a dejar el episodio por aquí, chicos. Espero que os haya gustado. Continuaremos en el episodio próximo en terminar esta misión. Ya veremos cuál va a ser la próxima. Like, suscribirse. Espero que os haya gustado. Y hasta el próximo capítulo. Chao, chao.